we will do Grammar, Chapter 17, the Perfect Tense. Now, after completing the continuous tenses, let's move on to three perfect tenses, that is the present perfect tense, the past perfect tense, and the future perfect tense. Let's see the first tense, that is the present perfect tense. Now, let's see when do we use present perfect tense. We use the present perfect tense to talk about an experiences. It is important if we have done it in our lives or not. It is not important when we did it. So children, what is the meaning of experience? Experience means what we have done in our life, what we have ourselves experienced. To denote that, we are using present perfect tense. Example, I have been abroad 2 times. Anna has never broken a leg. Have you ever eaten sushi? We use the present perfect tense to talk about an action which started in the past and continues up to now. See children, this is the main point, that it started before but till now it is going on, it is continuing up to now. Example, I have been a teacher for more than 10 years means still her work is going on, still she is a teacher, but it started before 10 years. We also use the present perfect tense to talk about a past action that has the result in the present. Example, I have lost my wallet. Actually, the wallet was lost before, but right now he is not having the wallet. That is a result of that. So, that is in the present. The result is in the present. So, to express that, we are using present perfect tense, means the action which has already started in the past, but the result of it we can see in the present, means because of that action what is taking place at the present. To denote that, we have to use present perfect tense. How to form present perfect tense? Now children, listening too many times that we are using present perfect tense here, that I have told you. But now after that you should know which verb forms you have to use in the present perfect tense. So that we will see over here. We make the present perfect tense with the correct form of the auxiliary verb have. Means it is a form of have. You can use have or has. And the third form, or you can say the past participle form of the main verb. To form the past participle of the regular verbs, we add ed to the infinitive. Example, I have worked. So work is your base form of the verb. But when we are adding it ed, it becomes your past participle form. I have worked as a secretary for 2 years. Children, in short form, you can remember the rule like this. Has have plus V3 form. If you don't remember V3, then you can remember past participle form. Now, let's see the rules of present perfect positive sentences. With I, you have to use have, you have, he has, she has, it has, we have, they have. So, in short, with plural subject you have to use have, and with singular subject you have to use has. So the rule is has have plus V3 form. Now let's see what we have to use in present perfect negative sentence. Children, the other things all remain the same. only after the auxiliary verb has, have, you have to insert not after that, so your sentence becomes negative. Example, I have not been abroad yet. Or you can say I haven't. You can use the short form of have not, that is haven't. I haven't been abroad yet. Now let's see present perfect yes no question. Now children, what is yes no question? The questions in which you can answer you can give the answer with yes and no, or the questions which are beginning with auxiliary verbs that are called as yes no question. Say for example, if I ask you, do you like ice cream? So you will give your answer either yes or no. So that type of questions are called yes no question. But if I ask you, where do you live? So you will not give me the reply yes or no. So that questions will be called as WH words question. So now let's see the rule of yes and no question. When your question is beginning with auxiliary verb, first of all you have to use has have, then you have to use subject, and then you have to use the other words whatever are used in the sentence. Now let's see present perfect tense question form, that is you can say WH words question. So in that, first of all you have to use WH, then you have to use has or have as per the subject, then you have to use subject, and then you have to use the other words, and then lastly the question mark. Now let's see the next tense, that is past perfect tense. Past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is quite an easy tense to understand and to use. This tense talks about the past in the past. The structure of the past perfect tense is subject plus had, that is the past form of have, and the V3 form. So the difference between present perfect and past perfect is only one, that is instead of has have, here you have to use had. For negative sentences in the past perfect tense, we insert not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb, that is she had not eaten fruits. So had, after that you will insert not, and then eaten, that is your main verb, that is the V3 form, past participle form, or you can say. So that will become your negative sentence. So you have to remember that after the auxiliary verb you have to insert not, then your sentence becomes negative. For question sentences, we exchange the subject and the auxiliary verb. Means you have to use auxiliary verb, then you have to use subject, and then you have to use main verb, and then the other words whatever is given. Example, had she eaten fruits? So had is your auxiliary verb, then you have to use subject, that is she, then you have to use the V3 form, that is eaten, and then whatever the extra words are given, so that will become your question sentence. Now let's see how to form it. Positive sentence, I had finished my work, or you can say you had stopped before me. Now let's see the negative sentence, she had not gone to school. Other negative sentence, we had not left. Now let's see the question sentence, had you arrived? Had they eaten dinner? So these are the examples of positive, negative and question sentences. Now while speaking you can use the short forms, you had, he had, she had, it had. Now let's see where to use this past perfect tense. The past perfect expresses the idea that something occurred before another action in the past. मतलब पास्ट में जो एक्शन हुई है उसके भी पहले कोई एक्शन हुई है, that is expressed in the past perfect tense. It can also show that something happened before a specific time in the past. Example, I had never seen such a beautiful beach before I went to Kauai. I did not have any money because I had lost my wallet. Tony knew Istanbul so well because he had visited the city several times. Now let's see what is future perfect tense. Let's see the structure of the future perfect tense. Subject plus auxiliary verb will or shall plus auxiliary verb have plus main verb, that is the V3 form of the main verb. Now let's see some examples. Positive sentence, I will have finished by 10 a.m. You will have forgotten me by then. Negative, she will not have gone to school. We will not have left. Now question sentence, will you have arrived? Will they have received it? Now contraction, the subject will and have. See, here first one is given, I will have. Then here it is contracted, means it is made short. Will is made shorten, I'll have. Then here also again have is shortened here, that is it becomes VE. So here the short forms are shown to you. Now let's see the use of future perfect tense. The future perfect expresses the idea that something will occur before another action in the future. It can also show that something will happen before a specific time in the future. Means in future something will get over before the specific time. To show that we are using future perfect tense. So now let's see the example. By next November, I will have received my promotion. By the time he gets home, she is going to have cleaned the entire house. I am not going to have finished this test by 3 o'clock. Thank you, children. Hope you all understood.